Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surat-Al, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بَالِغُ أَمْرِهِ قَدْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدْرًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and whosoever fears Allah and keeps his duty to him, he will make a way out for him, and he will provide him from sources he could never imagine. And whosoever puts his trust in Allah, then he will suffice him. Verily Allah will accomplish his purpose. Indeed, Allah has set a measure for all things. Brothers and sisters, tawakkul, to have reliance on Allah, is a very, very central part, an important part of this deen. Why? Because it reflects the La ilaha illallah, the shahada that every Muslim must take to even become a Muslim, that there is no God but Allah. It reinstates that whoever believes and fears Allah, that means they rely on Allah as well to get them out of every situation, to rely that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of them. This is something called tawakkul, reliance. And as stated, it is a very central part of this deen, and every single Muslim should have it. This is also because to have tawakkul is not just a spiritual strength, but also a mental strength. To always remember that everything that can happen was written. Everything that will happen was written by Allah in al-Lawh al-Mahfuz. And so this will teach all Muslims that they should never stress or fear, because everything has been written and everything has been decreed by Allah. And the Quran states that whoever fears Allah and keeps his duty to him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make a way out for him. So never stress, never compromise your deen for the dunya. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues, He said He will provide him a way out from which he could never imagine. Never imagine. And there are countless stories like this. Even looking at your own life, think to yourself, has there been a situation in which when I relied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He provided me something I never would have seen coming? Be it leaving your friends and having better friends and being blessed with better friends in the future. Be it quitting music to find the Quran to be a much better source of spiritual peace. And so this is something that all Muslims should also reflect upon. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues, He says, and whosoever puts his trust in Allah, then He will suffice him. And this is extremely important, because nowadays Muslims like to find strength in anything and everything other than the deen of Allah. This is because we've fallen for the desires of this dunya. We've fallen for the traps made by shaitan, portrayed by the kuffar. This dunya was created beautiful. However, as stated by Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, that Allah has honored us through Islam. And anyone who seeks honor through anything other than Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will humiliate him. And this is further backed with the ayat, that Allah will suffice him. This shows the Muslimin that they should only rely upon Allah. Obviously they take the means. Obviously they do what they must do. However, at the end of the day, it is upon every single Muslim to understand that nothing happens without the will of Allah. And this ties back to the ayah before that whoever relies upon Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make a way out for him from which he never imagined. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finishes the third ayah by saying, Allah will accomplish this purpose. Indeed, Allah has set a measure for all things. And this further backs the idea that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written everything. That Muslims should always have tawakkul, reliance upon Allah's plan, and as stated, this reflects their tawheed, their oneness, their shahada. Because to believe that Allah is the one God means that they believe that He is the provider, the sustainer, and the giver of all things, be it good or bad. And even as Muslimin, we understand that sometimes these so-called bad things that happen to us in our life are actually blessings in disguise. So reflect on your life. Ask yourself, how much do I really have reliance upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How much do I really ponder over the verses of the Quran? And once again, my brothers and sisters, always remember to make dua for more tawakkul, because dua is one of the best ways to worship and increase your iman